them so the peasants wouldn't be bored. As mentioned, there is no really spending gold in Kresk. You have to essentially work your own way here. It's either chopping firewood or taking care of it, doing whatever other things that might be able to help around town. As Kresk is a closed off town and doesn't really interact with even the outside of the rest of Barovia. So it's more like a commune rather than a village, I guess you can say.
I am here, but I will disappear once I need to go help change the baby.
Understandable.
Ismark has already left with the Baron to kind of negotiate where you guys are going to be staying during your visit here.
Probably the best choice for that.
Because Ismark is a son of a noble himself, so it would probably be the best choice.
Would a Burgermeister really be a noble?
Yeah, it's the Burger King.
I mean, the other town was also a baron at Valaki, so I'm assuming the guy in charge of the town of Barovia was also probably a baron. It doesn't really explain in detail on that.
Well, you can make the call. You're the GM.
I've made the call, yes. So he's left Irina with you guys for now. Questionable choice. And, well, she can make her own decisions after all. And you're at town, you're at the front gate here. People are staring at your weird looking party since there's like no humans other than Irina. And everybody around here is a human after all.
Did they take the booze from us, or are we taking that further in?
No, they've taken it from you and they're taking it off to their
Probably
little
for the
tavern.
best.
Or gathering place, I guess you can say. You do notice Irina's kind of walking off in a direction, and she's sort of like stopping every few steps as if she's listening for something, and then keeps going.
That seems concerning.
Do what she wants.
Ring damage.
Yeah, got kidnapped, got hit on the head one too many times. No. She's like, you all don't hear that? Sounds like someone's calling for me.
Don't listen. Ignore it.
I recognize the voice.
I just advise you to stop listening.
She's gonna continue to walk in that direction.
My humans. If not for their proliferation and penchant for procreation, I have a feeling humanity would have been wiped out a long time ago.
Yeah, probably.
If not for everything that keeps them from being wiped out, they would have been wiped out.
Oh, I'd hardly say that was everything that keeps them from being wiped out.
So is anybody gonna follow Irina, or is she just gonna wander off on her own?
I'll follow.
Oh, I'll follow her. She's the prime director.
I guess if William's killing Shade will go.
It's like, I don't care anymore. Doesn't
Yeah.
It's funny because Shady got you all into this.
Ow.
It's like, what else were we gonna do, though?
It's true. What else were you going to do?
I mean, I did. Shady did what he said he would do. He took them to Valaki.
Well,
Yeah.
I think the deal was to get them to safety. Get her to
No,
safety.
nobody said anything about that. They said escort to Valaki.
Yeah, but still, it's not like we were gonna stay in Valaki after everything that happened.
What happened to Valaki? I don't remember.
We killed pretty much the entire town guard, and it was taken over by a Strahd supporter.
No.
Oh,
no.
yeah, right. No,
And-
I didn't take part in that.
And then don't forget where the part where Aggie and Quillian heard about the attack on the church. Aggie decided to roll over and go back to sleep, and Quillian went,
Hey, I didn't know it was an attack on the church. I could have been dreaming.
Yeah, you just saw half the town on fire.
Dreaming.
Technically, I saved all of your lives because Quillian's confident if he had told you and you guys are trying to do something about it, he'd probably be dead. So, you're welcome.
Because that makes for an engaging story. We
So
slept
they-
through the town being destroyed. Okay.
So you guys follow Irina through the town, and everybody in the party is just getting stared at as you walk by because you have a robot, a dragonborn, a blue person, a midget, and a cat following after a human.
Well, surely in the Imperium, even midgets count as humans.
Well, I don't know about Eggy.
Master, or are people telling me that I am a midget?
Just staring at you. Nobody's actually said anything.
You're not the protagonist in a Supergiant game. Eggy does not hear the narration.
Just making sure, because if one of these people call me a midget, this is game over.
You know where this town's gonna burn down too. Oh god, that would actually be really funny if you guys managed to do that.
Or just burn down every safe haven that's left.
Just burn down everything. You guys go back to Barovia Village and are like, well, you know.
The Curse of Strahd's nothing next to this curse.
Good news, everyone.
The curse
You're
of egg.
Economical town in Barovia.
You guys are the center point of culture and finance here in Barovia. So finally, you guys get to the opposite side of the village as Irina is following this voice. And you're following Irina.
She's deranged, I'm telling you.
And she
If she
approaches.
gets too close to the waters, like if she tries to go in them, Dyer would grab her because the voice is beckoning her to the depths. That's not good.
Nothing bad ever came out of the depths, okay?
Yeah. Raven says with his Cthulhu picture.
Just one?
Well, the one in your profile right here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, if you can't trust Cthulhu, who can you trust?
Yeah.
He's not gonna
Cthulhu
lie
for
to you.
president.
As she steps towards the edge and she stops, an image appears in the sparkling blue waters. It's a handsome young man of a kind and noble visage. And when the vision first appeared, he looked sad, but as his eyes fall upon Irina, it turns to joy. And he shouts, "Tatiana, it's been too long. Come, my love, let us be together at last." And Irina puts a gasp and puts a hand on her heart and
Weird.
replies, "My beloved Sergei, in life you were a prince and a man of faith. We were to be married long ago. Has this blessed pool called your spirit to me?" And she leans down to reach toward the water as a hand reaches out of the water.
Nope. I'm gonna pull her back.
And as you grab her and pull her away, because she's not very strong,
Also, Dyer said he was gonna do the same thing, so.
as you both pull her away, the hand sinks back into the pool and Sergei's image fades. And as you're pulling her away, she screams, "Sergei! No, Sergei!" And as you pull him away, A peal of thunder shakes the land, and the dark clouds form the visage of Strahd. And you hear a deep, dark voice echoing across the land as Strahd shouts, "She is mine!" And a crack of thunder smashes through and into the pool, knocking down a small little gazebo that was beside the pool.
What's a gazebo?
And since you guys were close to the pool, Dyer and Quillian, take a dexterity check.
Oh, dexterity is my worst stat.
You say as you're a crossbow warrior fighter. Oh, okay. Well, I guess it is your worst stat. Look at that.
Yeah, see what I fucking tell you.
Well, I'm about to roll a bunch of damage, so I wish you the best of luck.
That's fine.
We're at full health.
Do your worst, Strahd.
You take 49 damage. You take
Jesus
half of
Christ.
that.
Ah.
Strahd, making your...
She is mine.
Still not enough.
Strikes her with lightning.
She's fine, though.
How's that?
Because you guys pushed her away, pulled her away from the
Okay.
pool. She was a little bit further away.
I'm immediately taking a short rest.
Just really just like, I'm going into rest mode now. Head just tilts down.
Rebooting.
Doo doo doo. God damn it! I can't do
Actually-
the fucking thing.
Actually, I guess it's Quillian's a robot. He takes double damage. That's how it works, right?
I'm pretty sure that is exactly how it works.
God
But don't worry,
damn
I'll
it.
come back twice as strong with some other character concept that's equally ridiculous.
CT. God, you need to get the fucking sound clips that Ilthus used for fucking Phoenix.
The Windows loading noise.
Yeah, like the shutdown and startup noises.
So after a few minutes, Irina calms down and seems to be back to her normal self.
Okay, I need to go change the baby, but I'm pretty sure I still have more hit points than Eggy, so I'm okay.
Yeah, you're a fighter. You roll like fucking d12s, don't you, for health?
D10s, but then I also have 4 constitution, and I was rolling 10s pretty consistently. I got 72 hit points when I'm at max, so.
Because I passed the save, I took exactly like half my health.
I'll be right back.
What does Eggy think of what just happened?
I take a look at Arena and say, "You want to explain what's going on here, Tatiana?"
She almost looks confused when you say that name now.
Because that was super awkward.
Tiana? That name sounds familiar for some reason.
Yeah, you just acknowledged that that was your name to some weirdo coming out of the pool.
You were just making googly eyes at a ghost.
I'm thinking we're now on the pool, but that's not the point here.
He looks kind of almost a little bit disturbed, and she's like, "What? What just happened? What? Why does Quillian look like he's about to die?" He doesn't really seem to remember what just happened.
So do you remember any of the lead up to that? The voice leading you to this pool?
Remember, there was a voice, and it's like a part of me recognizes that name as being mine, but it's not my name.
I forget, do we know, like, don't we know that she's adopted?
No.
Like from a letter?
What the fuck?
No, you did not know that.
There was some fucking thing
Spoiler
like that.
alert!
Freaking Divya, reading ahead.
Maybe I'm thinking of the original Ravenloft, because she was in that too. It's like, this is based on like a nearly 40-year-old module. But yeah, I was asking if we knew that, like, because I didn't know if, like, our characters found anything to that effect.
Nope, they haven't mentioned it, and there's nothing that would have indicated that.
Okay. Yeah, we have no idea, like, who Sergey or Tatiana are, but you were shouting his name and, like, about to be pulled down into the water.
Thank you for saving me. That sounds mad. A few of the villagers have come out now, and they're like, What did you do to our gazebo? That was our shrine to the Morning Lord." They look. A bunch of them look upset.
Did
Are you
none
gonna
of
fix this?
maybe,
The
but did
the
none of you?
robot guy will pay for it.
Okay, I'm just gonna ask real quick. Did none of you see Strahd's fucking face in the clouds just now?
And who brought Strahd's face into clouds? Wasn't any of us.
Presumably Strahd did. Strahd's a big boy. Strahd designs where he goes.
Has your town not seen Strahd before?
Strahd doesn't exactly make his way all the way out here. He's been content to leave us alone until now.
I sit here awkwardly staring at people, unsure of what to say.
Yeah, I'm
Are
not
you
sure
going
where to
to
go
help
from
fix
here.
this?
Yeah,
I mean,
sure you go pitch in.
if we're gonna be here for a while, then yeah, probably. It'd just be awkward otherwise.
Don't know much about carpentry, but I do have the mending cantrip. I'll be able to stick something together.
So you guys, presumably are going to pitch in to help rebuild this thing with the villagers. And with your help, they make it even better than it was before. And they all seem to be more open with you and relaxed after working together. They even share some of their food with you.
Hooray!
So if you take damage, you just set your hit points back to full. And as you're working the day away, Ismark finally comes back. And he approaches the group and he's like, "Well, I've managed to work it out with the Baron, and he's agreed to let us stay at in his home for the time being here. Though I will ask if you could be sensitive. He's going through a rough time right now. His final child has just passed away."
Jeez. An adult child or child?
Child.
Did he say what happened, or was it too awkward a subject to come up?
It
I'm
doesn't
only asking because it's not the man himself.
I have returned.
doesn't really mention it, but he did pass very recently. Do any of you know how to? He kind of asked if any of you know how to raise the dead.
What?
Nope.
Uh,
We have no
that-
clerics.
Or wizards.
Can't paladins get revivify?
Yeah, but it's a third level spell, and paladins don't get third level spells for a little bit.
Oh yeah, that's right. They don't get third level spells till like level 10 or something. Well, I mean, I sure as hell don't. Oh yeah, Raven. Basically we helped fix the gazebo that got blown up by lightning when we pulled Irena away, and he just got back from talking to the Baron, and we got asked if we knew how to raise the dead.
Fabulous.
But yeah, I don't think any of us have that spell, like, in our even future repertoire.
Is
And
this
regardless,
a condition of us staying, or what?
regardless, Vivify has a time limit of 1 minute.
Oh,
No, there's a. It's not a condition of staying. He was just curious. He's
Okay,
kind of.
then let's not mention this again.
I mean, since he's bothering to ask us, I would assume he's got someone that can cast Gentle Repose. I say as a player and not as Dire.
Wait just 1 second. Wait just 1 second.
Yes?
Let me hit the button. I did take that though, so
You took what?
speak with the dead.
Hey kid, how'd you die? Haha, you're dead.
Does,
He has to
does
be
the
dead,
Baron know?
has to have a mouth, and can't be undead. Just saying, maybe we could. Getting back into character. I do have this ability. Maybe we could give him some final parting moments with his dead son.
Oh.
Child.
I think that's how that spell works.
I'm just
That's not how that
imagining
works?
this. I know this isn't how it works, but I'm just imagining like Eggy holding the head of this dead child speaking to their father. It's like, yes, the final message they get from their dead child is through the mouth of this weird purple dressed gnome.
Imagine like Iggy's just moving the mouth, the child's corpse's mouth, as pretending the child's talking. Oh my god!
Weekend at Eggy's. But yeah, I don't think bards get any dead raising abilities, do they?
No, it's just
So.
an opportunity to ask the dead questions.
So, as you guys are walking back to the Burgermeister's mansion, you notice a crowd gathered in front of one of the houses, and people seem to be in a good mood, and overhear them mentioning that a new child's been born into the town. As everybody else looks happy, there is one woman that looks a little bit concerned, though. No, nobody cares? Okay.
I'll ask.
Okay. Screw you.
What's
You don't
the
want the
deal?
exposition. Fine.
Robot don't care.
And she's like,
What are you so worked up about?
I'm the midwife. My name is... till I close the thing 1 second.
Closed it in frustration.
My name is Kritiania, and I was the midwife for the Demira in there, and well, she frowns and she sighs, and well, when the child was born, he didn't cry, and that means when in Barovia, if the child doesn't cry, or at least my parents told me, they don't have a soul.
Distressing.
That's a very bold claim for you.
Well, some children, well, very small amount of children in Barovia when they're born or cry, and my family and many others believe around here that most people in Barovia don't have a soul.
Jay thinks to himself that explains a lot.
I mean, what does that actually mean for them growing up?
Well, you notice she's more brightly dressed than the average person you've met in Barovia. Most people are wearing dour clothing and usually look fairly dour themselves as well. Well, without the soul, well, I'm not an expert, but their emotions more like you could see a group of children play, and children without souls won't really be laughing or enjoying themselves. It'd just be like they're going through the motions.
Ah, like they're a sociopath.
A what now?
Sociopath?
What the entire party's made out of.
I didn't know Dyer was a psychologist.
Weekly sessions at the monastery. How do you feel about that kid you killed while you were training? Bad.
Turns out the kid was a gnome, and it was Aggie's kid. Aggie's fictional.
Wow.
You you make that noise at him. Last time you were here, you were like, "Wow, you guys actually believe that part of my backstory?"
If I wasn't short, I'd slap the shit out of him.
The GM, the voice in the sky.
No. Dyer.
Why tire?
Because I'm tired of dealing with your shit. That's why. Pretending my child is fake. My God, I don't even have a
That wasn't
fucking
Dyer,
soul.
that was me.
I would still beat the shit out of you.
I'm sorry I can't put on a good voice. Believe me, CT can vouch for that in the game that I run.
So you guys, she kind of, as she tells you that, she goes back inside to help the new mother, and Ismark kind of looks a little troubled himself as he leads you guys back to the mansion. As you arrive, you get a closer look at the Baron, and he has a smile on his face to greet you. At his eyes, you can tell there's like a lot of pain there.
Heyo.
All these emotions.
And he welcomes you into his home. He's like, "Welcome, welcome. Thank you for retrieving the wine that's been long overdue. The rest of the townsfolk will appreciate it. And I hear you helped rebuild that rickety old gazebo that was by the lake's edge there."
Yeah, it was fucking nuts what happened.
Yes, quite. Can I ask what you were doing that drew a giant Strahd cloud to the village?
There's like a ghost in the water. And, like some fucker named Sergey. Never heard the name before, but like Strahd sent lightning straight down at the pond.
The pond was blessed by the Morning Lord, or should be blessed by the. I'll have to have somebody check that out, but
Oh, Beerback Dog wants in.
well, like I said, when you guys came into into Kresk, you're free to stay here so long as you carry your own weight and contribute to the town. If you have any questions on what you could help with, or anything else around town, be sure to come to me. Just be mindful of the Abbey. It is dark things lurk in that Abbey now. Twisted creatures.
What kind of
Is
twisted?
Well,
town?
as well as the Mad Abbot.
So you have an abbey that you just don't go to because everyone there is crazy?
Well, twisted creatures are like they're
So the
mongrel from
They're monstrous.
half man, half beast.
Would you like us to purge this abbey of said beasts? Could that be our contribution?
Pump the brakes. Pump the brakes.
Breaks.
Is this Abby in town?
Look at the top right of the town.
The big hill thing on top of the hill there.
Yeah, you're telling me that these people literally have this monstrous abbey full of weird creatures in their town that they don't give a shit about?
Maybe it's walled off.
Walled off, and also like a town full of like dirt farmers.
We can't do much against the creatures up there, but they're protected by the abbot, and the abbot is well, as far as we could tell, he's quite powerful.
And the abbot hasn't exterminated everything because why?
They seem to serve him. They don't attack us. They just, well, unless you get too close, then they chase you off. Though ever since the abbot's come to town, there has been a rash of robberies, I guess you could say, grave robbing. We just
How
sometimes
long ago did they come to town?
been months at least, and ever since then, if somebody dies, within a few days, their body will be dug up, taken to the abbey. Or this is what we presume, since there's nowhere else to take them. We can't find the bodies anywhere else in town.
Why is everywhere in this godforsaken land just having a problem with the supernatural? I mean, we thought we were coming here to bring Arena to safety, and this place seems even worse than the place we just came from.
Keyword: relative safety.
That doesn't change what I just said.
don't think there's really anywhere in Barovia that is actually safe completely.
He brings you inside, and it's getting late. My wife has prepared a meal for all of you. He looks at Quillian, and whatever you need can be arranged.
Nothing.
Excellent. Nothing will be arranged.
Put him in a closet somewhere for the night.
A dark corner to stand in and watch you while you sleep.
A flask of oil.
He kind of rubs at the back of his neck a little bit awkwardly and sheepishly. Did Ismark mention...
Yes, sorry for your loss.
I see.
There's nothing any of us can do, sorry.
Anyway, you guys have a meal. It's kind of a somber meal because, you know, shit happened.
Can you bring my
And-
dead kid back to life is a pretty awkward icebreaker.
And they have prepared rooms for you. And so you guys can set yourselves back to full and everything.
We did that after the lake because you said we were so nice to those villagers.
Well, I mean, you weren't, but you helped them, so it's okay. They were nicer to you than you were to them. And in the middle of the night, you're all awoken by a banging at the door.
I wonder if it has to do with that abbey we just heard about.
Shaded will go see who's at the door.
So as you walk downstairs all by yourself, you see the Baron is already there, and as well as his wife. And outside of the door is a man in simple robes, and you can see the Baron Dimitri. He looks a little bit little shaken up. Looks a little shaken up at the man at the door, but he's looking at the man at the door there.
What's up, Kreskov?
I too get up and go to the door and see that guy there and say, "This must be the dude."
Is there some sort of problem?
Dead child.
The man at the door hasn't said anything yet, but he's looking directly at Dimitri, and he says, "I come on behalf of the gods of the light. They want the Kreskov bloodline restored." And he kind of straightens a bit and says, "I will raise your son."
Well, that seems kind of sus.
Convenient.
Hey, don't look a gift horse in the mouth. Especially when it's not me.
It's his choice.
You're not a horse at all.
Dimitri looks disbelievingly at him and then is like, quickly shakes his head or nods his head. He's like, "Yes, he goes and he just disappears into the back.
What the fuck? Nobody else has a problem with this?
And the
No.
wife is like,
Long
"Thank
as-
you."
Long as it's a straight revival and not just a, raised dead, zombie type deal. Yeah, fuck it.
For people who are generally on the good side of the spectrum, I'm very surprised at all of you.
Hey,
And
What's
what?
that?
And what?
That
Like,
you're okay with him raising this dead child.
yes.
I mean, that's what one of the things that clerics do.
What does it matter if they're all meat in the end?
Because death is finite and he should remain dead?
But
What
that
if
does
he
not
ends
make
up
any
raising
sense.
him as an undead? How does that
No,
not make any
then-
sense?
So if you die, you wish to remain dead.
Yeah, I think that's what
Exactly.
he's saying. Do not ever do anything that could possibly bring her back from death.
Linkerham, like whenever he gets the revivify spell, like we will, like you're on the list, Eggy. Don't worry. Well, I mean you're off the list.
What do you people think this is? World of fucking Warcraft, where you
No, we
just
think it's
die
Dungeons
and
and
then you're
Dragons.
resurrected?
If you got diamonds, yeah.
I mean, World of Warcraft is kind of based out of a lot of D&D tropes, so yes.
So, as you guys are kind of just standing there watching Anna, Dimitri's wife, thank the
To involve us.
man over and over again, after probably like he steps inside and waits inside the little like living area, I guess you could say. And after a short while, Dimitri comes back. He's covered in mud and dirt, and he's holding the body of his son in his arms, and he gently lays him on the couch that's in the room there. And the abbot just, oops, I gave it. In case
Don't
you
worry,
hadn't
we
figured
kind
it
of
out,
presumed.
he reaches his hand down, and a glow envelops his hand, and after a moment, the glow dissipates, and their son, Ilya, opens his eyes.
Do his eyes look normal or do they look milky?
They look normal, but like bleary, like he just woke up. Like he looks, he sees the abbot, and he looks to his mom. He's like, "Mom," and looks at the dad. Dad, and everybody starts crying. Well, all the three NPCs start crying. The abbot just kind of,
I'm okay, Dad.
yeah, it's Bobby Hill.
Sorry.
The what I just rolled isn't going to work for a 7-year-old child. Let's try this again. There we go. So, and
Well, everything seems to be great and happy.
yeah, he just goes back to bed. And they all just, Irina's crying a little bit too, and so is Ismark. And the rest of you just sociopaths, you don't give a shit.
I wouldn't be crying, but yeah, I'd crack a smile.
Not me.
Good. He's not a zombie.
Everything seems to have worked out for her. Jane's really happy for
Shake
them.
my head in silence.
That
And
child should be dead, says Eggy.
I'm gonna send him right back to the grave.
That's how Chris gets
Either
burned in
I
the
do not
ground.
understand the universe, or you guys are trolling me.
No,
Takes
no.
it her and shoots the
It's
kid.
the first one.
Like
Oh,
Fang,
God.
it's like there are revival spells in D&D. They have a really high cost to use. Like you have to like for a revival spell that can revive someone who died in the last 10 minutes, you have to cash in a diamond worth at least 100 gold. For a spell to revive someone who died like a week ago, it's like 1,000 golds worth of diamonds. Like it's just really hard, and you need a really high level character to do it.
And since you guys are all standing there watching, you do notice that the abbot didn't seem to use any components at all. Just touch. Didn't have any.
That's weird.
And
I mean, our characters probably wouldn't know that about the components of a revive spell.
Yeah, we might know they exist, but none of us are clerics, so.
you just notice that he didn't need to use anything to do that. So even if you don't know, it still would seem maybe.
Well, then again, we still have no cause to really be suspicious.
Dimitri just turns to the abbot. It's like, what? I can't ever repay you. What can I do? And the abbot says, "There's nothing you need to do, at least for now. But I'm happy your son has returned to you. Now I'll be taking my leave," he says with like a half nod. and then he just, without any like circumstance, he just walks out. Pretty much just completely ignores all of you. It's gone.
Yeah, because that's not hella suspicious.
I'd ignore us too if I had the opportunity.
He's gonna cash in his favor later on to murder us all.
And as Anna just cradles her son, and Dimitri is crying openly, he's like, I can't believe I ever thought the abbot was evil or bad. I've sorely misjudged him after all this time.
I shake my head and mutter under my breath, "This guy's a moron."
He did them a good turn. Maybe he's right.
One good deed does not change who somebody is.
I mean, you would have to get to your first one before you could tell for sure.
I can't wait till you're in a situation where I'm gonna let you die for being such a fucking asshole.
What?
I say
like
that
the
to his
other
face
two?
in character.
So,
Like the situation where you let that monster live?
You guys. Never mind.
don't judge me.
Or the situation where you decided not to, tell us about the other side of town being on fire?
Seriously? Like, do you guys always want to be the fucking heroes? You guys
I mean-
always need
Feels pretty
to be
good.
involved
Like-
in everyone's drama?
Yeah, I mean,
Also,
it's not like I ever pulled you from a shambling mound or anything.
Also, it tends to, we tend to get money when we do that.
Yes, like all the money we've gotten from doing everybody else's errand running.
Yes!
Aggie says with all the goods she hasn't put with a party around her neck.
Well, she's got
pulling
most of
on all
that
the fingers.
by stealing from people.
Stealing is a subjective term. We went into derelict houses where I looted items.
She didn't share with anybody else.
Anyway, since everything seems to be okay, Shaden's just going to go back to bed. He's going to he's going to congratulate the
Wait. Do
family
you
on their
even
good
know that
fortune
I
and then head back to bed.
during that?
Do we know what, Bang?
That I even woke up during that moment when the
Yeah,
town
you
was
guys
on
were all
fire.
dead. Oh,
Yeah.
You guys wouldn't know.
Yeah.
Okay,
How would
fine. Then
we
just
know?
the time that you.
We'll just wait for you to blurt it out at some point.
Yeah, like you did with the thing about the monster.
Yeah,
Because
the
that one you
monster
just
tree.
shouted
I
at
don't
us
wanna
in character.
I don't want to be that person here, but I feel like you guys are judging me a lot based off decisions that you don't actually know that I made in game, and you're being assholes about it.
Don't worry, there are plenty
Which
of
I
decisions we
don't think
do
is
know you have
fair.
made, which would count.
Right, yeah. You guys go back to sleep. Unless you don't want to go back to sleep, it's up to you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, nothing to really. They wouldn't have anything to worry about, so go back to sleep.
I'll just get my 4 hours or whatever I need.
So make sure to recover any spell slots and do anything you need to do. And you wake up as the sun rises, and the Anna and still with their son Ilya, and Dimitri is in much better spirits than he was the night before, as he seems, when you guys come downstairs, he seems to be talking to somebody at the door. There was another one? Another villager replies, "Yep, another empty grave. Is there any clues? No? Well, We did find a few paw prints heading back towards the Abbey, but Dimitri looks a little bit troubled because, on the one hand, now he owes the abbot. On the other hand, this is still a problem. He notices you coming downstairs, and
Good morning.
good morning, all of you. How are you?
Oh, we're doing quite well.
I'll see to that breakfast is. We'll see that breakfast is prepared for all of you. Ismark mentioned
I
that
appreciate
you
it.
all really like potatoes.
That's more Maggie's thing. But we'll appreciate it.
Is that the noble woman in the purple? He peers at Eggy.
Absolutely.
Sure.
Purple is the royal color, after all, he says. You must be quite wealthy at the least if you're wearing purple.
Queen shit a fuck, man.
How dare you suspect my financial situation?
I'm sorry for assuming that you're a noble person with money to afford purple.
It's
the Baron looks a little bit confused, but anyways, please
You get
eat.
used to that feeling.
yeah.
I have a I think Quillian Quillian, he mentioned going to the Abbey as you guys' work. Well, I don't want you to exterminate every living thing in there. He looks at Quillian.
Why would you assume that I would exterminate every living thing in there?
Because
you're
he
made
just-
of cold iron and don't have a soul.
Just like
Fair
everything
enough.
You
else
might leave
in
one
this
as a
godforsaken
witness
land.
to warn everyone else. Or as advertising.
Oh, Eggy, you're so mistaken. They all have no souls, but they are not, in fact, made out of iron.
Oh yes, my bad. I'm so sorry for doubting.
I'm also mostly bronze.
anyways, if you could look into why these corpses are being stolen and maybe get them to stop, that would be appreciated.
Oh, your friend said he saw some tracks. Do you know what kind of creature they are?
The problem is that sometimes the tracks we find are paw prints, sometimes they're footprints, and sometimes there's a footprint and a paw print at the same time. One foot is the paw, the other is a foot.
Alright, I want to make like a skill check.
Okay, make
That's-
a nature check.
Nature, alright. It's
Or
my
Arcana.
best skill.
So he did mention this briefly yesterday, but there was a mention of mongrel folk, and mongrel folk are people who are twisted with animal features, and not in a good way.
Is that like lycanthropy?
No, it's like
No sexy cat girls, what you're telling me.
yeah, pretty much. This guy is like somebody could have like a face that's been like grossly elongated to kind of be like a snout, but like no fur, and they still have like
Islander
more
Dr.
human-looking nose, and like they have one arm that's that looks more like a claw, and then maybe a goat's leg. Just everything's just messed
Great.
up.
Now we're gonna
Sort
have
of like
to
they've
assume
been
their race.
pieced together from random parts.
Sounds kind of like Isaac, but this thing just looked demonic, didn't it?
Hmm.
Well,
Are there any known
I
use for
suppose.
those outside of town?
I can tell you 3 things. 1, they're stealing corpses for the abbot. 2, the abbot's going to use this risen child as leverage to get his way. 3, we're going to have to kill everyone in the abbey.
Well, you would have done that anyway.
That depends on how hostile they are.
Well, I mean, you have a
So
way
it
of
offers
making
certain
people
rewards.
hostile.
Shooting them with crossbows.
I have never once shot anybody who didn't attack us first.
Except for that one guard.
I didn't shoot him. I actually tried to
Body
knock him
slam
unconscious.
him.
He got shot eventually.
Check yourself. Yeah, he got shot eventually, but that's when
So-
everything was.
Self-inflicted crossbow wound.
Yeah, he had the audacity to try and retaliate when I attacked him. Of course, I'm going to defend myself.
Exactly. See, now you understand.
If there were 2 guys in the burgomaster's mansion and one smashed the other's head with a rock, that'd be fucked up, wouldn't it?
I also am sticking to my guns and the fact that they kidnapped our charge first.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Hence, the first act of aggression was via them.
Alright.
So,
Well, there's no real need to actually just go barging into the place, attacking everything that moves. We can at least attempt to parlay first.
Yeah, we can just go knock on the door and see if they'll actually interact with us.
Did you miss the part where things will attack you when we approach the abbey?
Technically, said they'd chase us off, but I think we'd be a little harder to chase off than townsfolk.
so, will you guys go to the mansion to try to solve the problem?
Yeah, I mean, we do have to earn our keep somehow.
Abbey.
Yes, that thing. Thank you.
Have we not? Never mind.
You know what?
Earn our keep? Like, we literally help everybody every moment we breathe in this fucking forsaken world. How have we not earned our place by now?
Because he didn't do it in this village.
I'm just saying is going to ignore the easy setup Eggy have.
It's like, why does this small town full of isolationists not care about the few people we kind of helped?
We
We
were.
literally just rebuilt their gazebo for them.
That they
Oh
assumed
yeah, I
we
mean
broke.
it's like 10 months of boarding.
I'm just saying, we have established a little bit of credibility already.
I held the bucket of nails while they did the work.
Eggy probably just mocked people who are actually contributing.
She's like, is that all you're doing? You can carry 2 boards at a time. Why are you only carrying 1? She was the foreman.
Except Foreman actually know what they're
Okay,
doing.
anyway,
so-
Abby. Yeah, right.
And screen fades to black. You're all on the wet path up to the road to the abbey.
And no sight.
I thought I set up all. I'm moving it to the.
It's really dark in the Abbey.
It's really dark on the road to the abbey. Apparently, did I not set up? I bet it didn't set up dynamic lighting. All right, how is it now?
Okay, it looks like the Abbey was full of dudes.
Okay, can you still see?
Became
all
a
the
black
dudes?
boy.
Okay, there we go. Good. Unsee all those dudes.
Should there be a black patch on here? I have like the weirdest black going on.
Yeah, we're down in the bottom left.
All right, you guys find yourselves up this winding road. A path of gravel leads from the village up to the abbey.
Alright, I'm gonna head up the path.
As you approach, there's two small buildings that flank the entrance to the entrance here. To either side of these doors is the 5-foot high, 3-foot thick wall of jumbled stones held together with mortar. Blocking the road is an iron gate attached to the outbuildings by rusty hinges. They appear to be unlocked. If you take a look through the gate whenever you get there, assuming you're all moving up together, the abbey stands quiet. There's two wings to the abbey you can see, and a belfry protrudes. Don't go through the gate yet. So you're at the gate.
Is that the gate?
A belfry
It's
protrudes
not on the
from
map
the
or
rooftop
anything.
of the northern wing. Yeah, it's not actually on the map, unfortunately. There's a big bell tower on the northern part of the building. Sorry, the closest part of the building here. And it also sports a chimney billowing gray smoke. And are you going to push the gate open?
I'm
I'm at the ready.
gonna call out first. Hello, the Abbey.
You don't really get a reply.
Oh, I guess we will open the door.
So as you push open the gate squeals very loudly and high pitched as you push it open, and that does cause a reaction as you hear two noises coming out from either of the outhouses here. And out walks two of the ugliest sons of bitches you've ever seen in your entire life. Here's the first one.
Oh, nice of him to introduce himself.
Well, you shut up. And here's the second one. And
Hello there.
I think
top
you,
one.
Look, they think they're people.
just for the future, if you want to just use their token and show us what they look like, I think it's like Shift Z click to make it pop up on our screens.
It doesn't really matter if you know their name or not.
Yeah. Most likely.
He lets out like a snorting sound. What? Who are you? Why are you here?
Yeah, my name's Sadie Grove. Very recent arrivals to Kresk. But we were asked by, what was Baron's name again?
Baron,
Dimitri.
We were asked by Baron Dmitri to. The townsfolk are getting really, really concerned about the missing bodies, and really would like to know what's going on.
The other one.
So we thought we'd come and ask.
The other one with his face and with their face and head covered. A softer voice comes out. Sounds more like a woman's. Is like, they're judging with the master wishes.
We just want to know what's going on. That's all. People are getting scared.
The first one leads it forward a bit. It's all part of his plan. All part of his plan. The villagers, they don't need them anymore. They're dead.
Look, if we can get in on the plan, like, there might not necessarily be any desire to stop it.
They kind of just they don't say anything for a second, and we get the master. We get the master. The master will be able to tell us what to do. And they turn and they beckon for you to follow.
Let us follow.
All right, I'll just drag you over to show where they're going to take you.
I'll wait outside if they're going to go into a building.
Going into a courtyard, which is still technically outside.
Which is fine.
There's
Yeah, Quillian doesn't want to go through any unsecured doors.
Only unsecure windows.
I don't know why I latch onto that line from, like, Saw 3 so much. Or no, 2, I think.
And as you walk up into the courtyard of the abbey here, you see in the windows more mongrel folk looking down on you, with each of them different types of twisted faces.
Satan's not going to judge.
The cat man isn't gonna judge the dog people.
Exactly.
And I would guess neither is the lizard man.
They're all meat.
And as you're approaching and walking through the gates into the
And both.
courtyard, you see 2 guards standing on either side of the gate. Your 2 escorts don't make any motion towards them, and as you get closer, you notice that the guards are just scarecrows that are literally just wearing corroded chain shirts and with spears tied to their arms.
It's better than nothing.
We're conserving a pitch. Keep people away.
And on the other side of the courtyard from you is a young-looking woman, but instead of arms, she seems to have bat wings and spider mandibles instead of a mouth.
Ah, the most inconvenient harpy design.
That's a rough gig.
And the first one says, we'll go check with the master."
All right, we'll wait here.
And the other one even though the one says they're going to go by themselves, the other one quickly scurries after them after looking at you. And
We'll just calmly wait here.
They're more scared of us than we are of them.
And as you're standing outside here, high-pitched screams start echoing from some of the sheds that are against the wall.
What kind of screams?
Like horrible animalistic screams.
Oh, we don't want to call a scene until we know for sure what's going on.
Maybe
Stick to your diplomatic guns.
Yeah, we're gonna resolve one situation without bloodshed. Damn it!
If you say so, I won't shoot anything until you tell me to. I cross my
I
arms.
appreciate that.
Did you just say I crossed my arrows?
No, my arms.
Okay.
Eventually, the first beast folk person comes back out, or the mongrel folk, I should say. The master will see you.
I'll wait out here.
Please show us
You
the way.
can scream if you need me.
Scream if you need me. And who's going inside?
Shit.
Anybody else?
I
I'll
guess
follow
I'll
Shaded.
follow Shaded.
All right. and you guys step in. You follow in, and Quillian has his bow outside, and Linkerham. You and Linkerham are going to stand on either side of the door here. And the man dressed in simple robes from before is there, and beside him is a young-looking woman with alabaster skin, dressed in a torn, soiled red gown. And her hair is neatly bundled up, but she seems distant, like she's lost in her own thoughts. The abbot turns towards you. The strange ones from the home of the local baron. Welcome.
Fair assessment. Hello again.
Thank you for agreeing to see us.
Gracefully steps around the table towards you. The manner of speech and the way he walks almost would be like a depiction of a saint you'd see if you bothered to go to church.
Hey, I grew up in a monastery. I just took more of the punching people classes than the, like, God part.
What brings you here?
Well, the Baron and really the townsfolk are beginning. They're beginning to be extremely concerned about the missing bodies. And the Baron sent us to just say be assured, so he can assure the townsfolk that there's nothing amiss.
And also, your lovely companions told us that you have a plan for all of these dead people, and we would like in.
God, why not shut up for
He looks at Shaded and he has a small smile on his face, even as Eggy bluntly says what Eggy says. I see. I understand your concern. He looks at Eggy. I could tell from looking at you before you weren't comfortable with the raising of the dead.
I think you.
It's true, I'm not.
In all honesty, like,
Just
most of us are fine with it. It's just, in all honesty, like, what you did last night, it made the Baron, more agreeable to just reaching out peacefully to just ask some questions.
Yes, well, I'm glad that you're not here to cause a scene. After all of the townsfolk's sacrifices, you could say, with terms of their former loved ones, has been, and he raises a hand towards the woman that, for this. After all, the true plague of this land is Strahd. And the one thing that Strahd has been looking for all of this time is his lost love. And if I can bring him something to replace that, he will surely free this land.
Are you sure about that?
It's a thought, but
Doesn't strike me as the kindest man.
I'm not picking up what he's putting down here.
The mongrel folk kind of
you...
just like shuffle out of the room as you guys are talking.
Are you trying to like resurrect his lost love? Make his lost love? Like what?
From what he
No.
said, from what he said, I was gathering, yeah, he's trying to make a replacement.
That is a replacement.
He's gathering
Why?
corpses to make a real doll.
Why would he want a replacement when there's clearly somebody who...
Shut up, Aggie.
What the fuck?
Tilts his head, is like, no no mortal woman, because then they'll pass and it all will start again. We need a permanent solution, one that will last as long as Strahd.
Well, I mean, presumably if you gave him a mortal woman he was satisfied with, he would just turn her into a vampire. Like him. Wouldn't he?
He tilts his head, and he's tried that before, but they never
Stay the same.
stay the same. They always lose something.
Well, I mean, I don't know much about vampires, honestly.
And my plan, this is the only way that can work. Nothing's worked in the past.
As long as you're not killing people for it and you're not profaning their souls.
No, what happens to their souls in this land is much worse than anything I can do, I can assure you. He frowns, a sad look on his face.
What does happen? Who knew?
The mists here prevent all escape. Even in death, you can't escape this land. As your soul leaves your body, it is trapped by the mists, and it lingers until till you are reborn into a new body here. There's no eternal peace, no afterlife, no paradise for anybody who lives or comes to this land. Just an eternity, rebirth in this nightmare. You can tell just by looking at him, this guy is a lot older than he looks.
I was gonna say something, but then I realized I'm not there because it would have been funny if it's like, see, I didn't actually kill anyone. They're all come back, no problem.
Yes. But as
You
the
just
population
initiated the respawn timer. Sorry.
grew, there's not enough souls to go around, even with the influx of adventurers that Strahd's brought in.
So what that woman said yesterday was true about babies being born without souls?
Yes. Some souls are older than others. Some go back. Sometimes new souls are formed, very rarely. But it's very hard for a soul to get into Barovia as well, from where it comes from.
Is that going to be a problem with your plan?
No, it will be no problem for my plan. Though, he smiles, you could have helped me with my plan.
I hope you are not offended if I ask what that entails first.
Well, a bride for Strahd needs a bridal gown, does she not? And unfortunately, there's nothing in the town below that would suit this purpose. I was going to request the Baron source it for me. Of course, if the Baron isn't able to locate it, his smile never falters. I will have to take back what is given.
We do.
Thoughts?
If the Baron can't help you, we do at least know one tailor shop. You have looking at Eggy.
I am a tailor.
I need
Ow.
this. I need this gown faster than it could be made.
Wait, so
Has-
you already
So you
a
have something
bride?
in mind.
What,
He
Beck?
looks at Aggie. Were you not listening?
Apparently not.
He,
Too
he
busy wondering if I should talk because my teammates always tell me to shut up.
motions a hand towards the woman who still looks like she's staring out into space.
Yeah, but I mean, does he know? Does he like her? Is that not how weddings work in Barovia?
I'm sure once I present her to Strahd, he'll be smitten with her.
Okay.
But from what I gather, you have something in mind? A specific dress?
The Baroness or wife of the mayor of Valaki had a most beautiful wedding dress.
Uh, got
Oh,
anything else in mind?
why do you say that?
Be- because well, that mansion got burned down recently.
His eyes narrow. And you're sure this dress is destroyed?
No, not
No.
sure. They, for all I know, they could have kept it in the stone basement. Would be a little off, but not impossible. I mean, those people were
I suppose
alive.
we could go check. Because we certainly don't know for sure it was destroyed.
Quick question though. Have you tried this before? You seem pretty sure it'll work.
I have not tried this before.
Okay.
Well, if you haven't tried it before and we get you the wedding gown and Strahd refuses, then our effort was for nothing.
Well, it couldn't hurt to try.
All effort is
Strahd?
potentially for nothing.
I'm sure the plan will work.
Yeah,
You-
but you're not convincing me like you're
Uh.
convincing my teammates who apparently don't need any logic.
You can kind of see that if you look at him closer, you can kind of look. There's a tinge of madness in this guy's eyes.
Will
No!
I swear if
No.
Eggy starts a fight here, I am going to kill her.
Okay, you know what? I just walk out right here. I will let Shaded Grove and Dyer deal with this. I'm just gonna walk out.
Alright. We can head on to Valaki and see if we can track down that dress. Hope it hasn't been destroyed.
So, as you guys are talking to the abbot, three of you outside, so Eggy and Quillian, are going to just completely leave you out here. Oh, I guess Quillian, and then Eggy, you joined too. You notice that the screams are getting louder from all around the courtyard. And the two mongrel folk from before have like they're both carrying trays that have like bowls in them, and they're kind of heading towards the different sheds, and just kind of opening a little slot, sliding a bowl through the bottom before quickly closing it.
Wholesome prison.
Oh, yeah. I won't ask about the screaming, because, hey, I'm not out there. I don't hear it. But whenever you go back to me and Shaded in here, like, I'll say something.
Spider Batgirl kind of has gotten closer to you guys and is kind of watching you curiously.
I'm just gonna like deadpan stare at her.
She kind of shrinks away.
So strange. Why don't you go talk to her, Eggy? You have so much in common.
I stare up at Quillian and say nothing and sit on the ground.
Yeah. I will bring up to the abbot. So, did you just did you take in the mongrel folk? I mean, I don't suppose anyone else in Barovia would, but...
Quillian and Iggy, you both hear a noise coming from the well in the center of the courtyard.
I wonder if that hair comb I threw down there is becoming a demon.
You want to go
That's
check?
clearly the same well, because all wells are connected to well space.
Well,
Holy
space.
crap, you're not even out there!
Speaking in character.
Man, you guys are triggering me today. No, I don't want to check it out. I'm just gonna sit here and do nothing.
Be nice. Alright. If you guys aren't gonna do anything out there, I'm going to go back
Well,
inside.
Yep. No, I told them I wasn't going to do anything violent. So why would I go look at stuff that could cause me to have to get violent?
The walk back inside, there's a bunch of dead things. It's like Quillian's like, this is not my fault.
Do
There was a
nothing.
fly. I was just trying to swat it.
Yes, if you now we're back inside. If you could recover that dress, that would most definitely bring us closer to completion. After all, I've almost finished my work on Veliska here, or Vasilka here, I should say. And
Just one quick question.
hmm,
You said that making a dress would take too long. Are you on a time limit?
well, I actually have no idea. The
Did the abbot whisper that to us, or was that UCT?
eh,
That would have been funny if he just linked it.
just like I don't know.
It was for dramatic.
Just must be made or brought back here within a month. And unless you have the materials for a beautiful wedding gown, I doubt you'll be able to do it in time.
Well, we'll just have to hope someone's smiling on this endeavor.
Is that everything?
Yeah, I believe that will be sufficient to assuage the fears of the townsfolk.
Yeah, Dyer was just afraid it was gonna be a zombie army. Like, he's not saying that, but it's just like, it's not that, so he doesn't really mind.
I must say, before you go, I'm impressed with you people. Normally when adventurers like you come here, they attack these poor people on sight.
They seemed shy, but weren't violent, so...
I mean, look at me.
Yes, you are an animal person. That's the technical term, right?
You're just an animal.
Close enough.
They all were twisted. It's very unfortunate. I regret what happened to them. He turns away.
Who did do that to him?
Well,
I mean, it's said he regrets what happened to them. The implication.
my arrival here did not agree with the Belleviews. Let us say that.
Hey, I mean, out of character. Like, we don't know if he failed somehow that led to them being that way, or if he actively did something that morphed them into that.
I mean, we can make some assumptions, but you're right. We don't know without a doubt.
they're not attacking us on sight. And we don't know if they're grateful to him or if they're enslaved by him.
Alright. Well,
We'll chase down
we
what
will go
sources
to
we can.
that dress and we'll leave you to your work.
Thank you. Please assure the Baron that we mean them, the living, no harm at all. And he returns back to the side of the woman and begins to make minor adjustments, adjust some stitching that can't really tell where the stitches are, but
Alright. Well, guess Dara and I'll head back to the others.
so as you open the door to the outside, the screaming all comes back at the same time.
I guess they're feeding.
The mongrel folk have been moving around feeding, and most people are just you hear scuttling coming from the well.
Well, it's probably best not to meddle in their affairs too much. They're... Seems like they have it hard enough already.
So you guys gonna do anything else while you're here, or are you just gonna leave?
I'm just gonna do what they're doing.
It's probably just leave.
Oh, I hope this comes back to haunt us.
Oh, yeah. I'd like to have something actually be my fault for once.
All right, so I'm gonna assume you guys just kind of piece your way through Kresk and just go straight out of town.
Well, of course, we're gonna go tell the Baron that the townsfolk aren't in any danger,
Oh,
at the very
Oh.
least.
thank you for going to check with that, heroes, adventurers, miscreants.
Yeah, all of those.
What did he ask you for anything? Is everything all right?
It appears to be in need of a bridal gown, and he told us to go get a specific one. Unfortunately, unfortunately, it was in a building that was burned to the ground in Vallaki.
Ismark just deadpans from beside you. The mansion.
Yes, that one. We're going to have to go back and hope it was looted.
Even if it wasn't, even if it was burned, we do have one contact in Vallaki still who's rich and important enough that they might have a replacement.
I would prefer not getting her involved
Me
if at all possible.
Backup options, though.
Ismark stands up. I'm coming with you guys.
Are you sure that's completely wise?
Well, you need my wagon. Oh, well, I guess you don't need it, but it'll make the journey easier. And, well, Irina is safe here. I don't need to protect her.
How do you figure?
These people here have been more than welcoming, and
You think they can stop Strahd?
well, do you think I could stop Strahd?
I don't know. You seem to think that you could defend her, so I assumed you thought that you could.
And Ismark actually has a pretty decent point. It's not like if Strahd just came marching through the door, anyone would be able to stop him. So he might as well come.
You're gonna lose your sister to a point.
Well, what?
Oh, clearly he wasn't there when she was talking to a reflection in the pool of water that we had to save her from.
Right.
Some
Teddy
sir guy.
is going to turn to Eggy into. I'm sorry I snapped at you to telling you to shut up later, but I didn't think it was a good idea to bring up Irina in front of the clearly deranged abbot who's
You
trying to
guys-
create a replacement bride
You
for
guys
Strahd.
didn't even ask him for an option B for the wedding gown, did you?
Yes.
Yes, we did.
What's option B?
I
What?
make a new one.
Also,
Ha-
technically, the Vallaki wedding dress it was option B because he was going to ask the Baron here first, and then he told us about the dress in Vallaki.
Well, he was going to ask him to get that dress, I think.
Oh,
But your credentials as a tailor are not wedding specific. Have you ever sewn a glamorous wedding dress before? Which is what it sounds like he's looking for?
Jaded is a guild trained weaver.
I
That
also
means that
just have
he is a professional.
I have a question on morality. Indulge me.
Okay.
There was living creatures screaming and howling in pain. You didn't
Right.
care.
reminds
But
me of my
me,
children, the ones
shooting guards that had taken our comrade captive somehow negatively impacts your morality. So I
How
don't
many people
understand.
died in each situation?
So you're okay with suffering so long as it doesn't
Were they
lead to
suffering?
death. Did you check?
Did you?
I told you I wasn't going to do anything violent. I figured even opening a door against permission might be considered violent. So no, I didn't. But I'm not the one in the moral quandary. I have no qualms either way. I'm simply asking if it was even a concern of yours, so I can better
didn't seem
gauge
concerned.
future encounters.
I mean, it's their
So-
house.
We don't know
Okay.
those were humans.
Oh, so they have to be humans for it to matter.
Humanoid.
So we don't know,
That's-
therefore we
no.
can wash it from our minds.
Plausible deniability.
I see. Very good.
Well, as Mark says, that was a lot to take in. Replacement bride, Irina being Strahd's bride, morality. He just kind
All
of
sorts
just
of
stands.
things.
He just
All
kind of
sorts
just
of interesting things.
grabs his coat and he steps outside.
Yep.
I'm going to get the wagon ready. You guys just meet up with me when you're ready to hit the road.
I will be right back.
Are you guys ready to hit the road?
Reluctantly, yes.
Let's be honest, Billiard has a pretty decent point. Those guards were jerks.
I mean, he did help a guy kidnap some random girl.
Against her will and imprison her.
I guess I'm not really on board, but I don't really know what our options are.
Put an X over Eggy.
I think we probably could have handled it a lot better, but
To be honest,
in
Russ,
hindsight, probably it's not that much of a difference, really. Either the Burgomeister was a psychopath, and so is the Walker lady.
No, I'm talking about the woman that we're sacrificing to Strahd, essentially, who is
Oh.
somebody's dead soul that he picked up from somebody's dead body. Like,
Uh,
why does her soul
that's-
mean less than Irina's?
Well, A, it's soulless, and B,
Did he say it was soulless? Do you know for a fact
it's,
it has no
it's
soul?
basically a flesh construct.
Why would Strahd want a flesh construct then, not a soul?
I'm gonna out of character for a second too, and just point out that your character has no means of actually knowing one way or another, so you're making a lot of assumptions. Because unless I missed
Okay.
it, and he actually said it was a construct. But even then,
Okay.
no one
My
rolled for
character's
any.
making a lot of assumptions, as is your character, as is Eggy.
Oh, my character's not making any assumptions.
They are.
What's that? What assumptions am I making?
I mean, aren't you assuming that it does have a soul?
No, I'm just saying we don't know one way or another. So arguing that it's somehow not evil because it doesn't have a soul makes no sense. Because if it does, then you're essentially committing
All
a
right. Well,
soul
if
to.
it says no, then if it says no, then we'll just say okay, and we'll save it. I don't know. I just we've already just fucked it all up so much that it's ridiculous.
It's worth a try.
Really too concerned.
It's like, even if it does have a soul, which I don't think it does, like, it's better than a living soul.
Strahd want to live an immortal life with a soulless construct.
I just want to.
I don't know.
Can I?
Oh no, this is doomed to not work.
Yeah.
Just out of curiosity, though, what's everyone's alignment?
Lawful neutral.
Yeah, it good.
Random.
Wow, you gotta have an alignment, Eggy.
It's neutral, I would think.
You're neutral? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, neutral or chaotic neutral makes sense.
Yeah, chaotic neutral, probably, yeah. Okie doke.
And I have no idea what Thor's is, but who cares? And
What's Quilly's then? You didn't answer.
Lawful neutral.
Okay.
so you guys are having this heated discussion on the morality of what may or may not be souls or not souls or whatever. You gather onto the wagon. Eggy has to sit on the potatoes like usual, and you're
Shit, did we tell the Baron the part about where if we don't get this dress, the abbot said he would take his son back?
nope, you did not tell him that.
Well, we better get back within a month.
You hit the dusty trail while I start rolling for random encounters. I'm not gonna lie. I was expecting you guys to murder your way through the ugly people.
I wanted to.
How dare you call them ugly in the presence of a cripple? I understand their struggles.
I mean, you're not
Although
Hog.
I think last time though I said my character's like the gnome version of Kate Beckinsale
You
with
did,
crippled legs, so maybe I don't know their struggles. This was a loss for me.
Even with adding, wow, Eggy Solly just got really fat there. Let's put it back.
As a side note, does lawful neutral mean that you're willing to work, I guess, in terms of the laws of society?
No, that would be lawful good. Lawful neutral is you have a code of conduct or a code that you live by and adhere to, but aren't necessarily in line with specific nation laws or religious laws. Like my character's laws are dictated by the dwarven civilization that may or may not exist anymore, so
Yeah, like chaotic good for shaded would be he does whatever he feels is right. Whether
yeah, in that
It doesn't need to actually. It just doesn't actually have to make any sense.
it doesn't have to be like lawful good is I'm going to do the good thing as the book would tell me to, like the Christian good, for example, is a very terrible example, but and then lawful evil is like your stereotypical Saturday morning cartoon villain who like has rules that they live by, but their ultimate goal is negative for the people around them or under them.
What I'm asking is your like code central to like your own beliefs, or do you have any beliefs that align with society as a whole?
It depends on how you want to spin it, really. Like the thing is that lawful good is the most inhibiting alignment because you're expected to, like, for example, if you're a lawful good paladin, you follow the words of your god and your nation 100%. So if murder is bad, but the law enforcement agencies are allowed to commit murder as part of the law structure of that society, you are morally obligated to allow that murder to happen, even though it might not jive with you personally, because it's what the society demands, you know?
Oh, I'm gonna fetch a video real quick.
As you guys
the
are
alignment
walking,
video.
Yeah, the one by Joe Cat.
as you guys are walking through the woods, and night has fallen as you guys follow the road. You're making fairly good time, but it's still
I helped the night up.
it's a little bit later when you guys left
Hi.
because you had gone to visit the Baron, or not the Baron, the Abbot first. And as dark falls, and while you have a few lanterns on, you do see floating in the middle of the road just a light that's dancing back and forth.
I've seen these before. You need to follow it off into the woods.
I think I might know what that is, but can I make a check as Dyer to make sure I know what that is before I blurt anything out?
You can make a nature check.
I will too.
I think William should just shoot it. Test his
Yeah,
aim.
Dyer doesn't know.
You guys are not sure what it is. It looks kind of like somebody else's lantern bobbing in the distance, actually. It's getting a little bit closer. It could just be somebody walking down the road.
Wait. Out of character. Why does Shaded's icon have a dude with arrows in his back?
Oh,
What?
that's from the last time we were in random encounter space and we fought the dire wolves and he was pinned.
Oh yeah, I was prone.
Oh, okay. I was like, the fuck's going on?
Yeah, that
there?
was something while you weren't here. It was just a fight with wolves.
3 giant ass wolves. It
Well, if
almost
the
ate
lights are
Eggy.
coming closer, I'm gonna. There's like trees and stuff nearby, right?
Yeah, you guys are just right on the side of the road here. All right, like it's like woods with like a cobble road going through it.
I'm gonna hide myself.
All right, make a stealth check. All right, you're hidden in the woods.
Just wait for the lights to come.
I too will hide.
Okay, you roll a stealth check. Quillian is standing behind this tiny little bush, and you can clearly see Quillian. But he's trying.
You're doing
Concealment protocols initiated.
You're basically robot Kronk.
That's very offensive.
Robot Kronk or the tiny bush?
Just humming stealth sequence music.
So as the light draws closer, it actually kind of like bobs back and forth as if the person just noticed you guys and is in a panic, and it dashes off into the forest.
Problem solved.
Can I roll perception to see if there's actually someone behind that light?
Actually, everybody make a wisdom check. See if you're concerned about. Okay, Quillian has advantage because he doesn't care about people.
Sorry, say that again.
So everybody make a wisdom check to see if they're concerned about this person running off into the woods with that they. Okay, so
I clicked wisdom save, but I'm not proficient in those, so it doesn't. It's the same.
So Dyer is concerned. Everybody else is not concerned.
Yeah, I have a high enough wisdom, but it's just like
You got to roll. Yeah. And actually, I'm gonna make a check for Ismark too. He's gonna run off in the woods.
Now, this is how a lot of horrific encounters happen. We follow this dude into the woods, we're gonna die.
next thing you know, you're like failing at restarting generators.
Ismark kind of. Ismark.
Mike Myers is waving.
Ismark jumps off or pulls the horses to a stop and jumps off the side of the wagon and kind of starts following after the light.
I
You
guess we
guys-
should go save them.
Guys, the person's gonna get lost and get attacked by wolves out here.
Well, they did run of their own accord. We didn't force them to.
Okay, just to be clear, like, what did that wisdom check tell everyone other than me who passed it?
That
To them?
probably not a good idea to follow this person.
We could be leading you into an ambush.
We can't just leave somebody to die out here, though.
Did they seem to be in any danger?
You should know just as well as I do that what lurks in these woods. Ismark kind of just powers on ahead.
It is
Yes, we can
really
go save
changing
him.
into a great NPC of character. Normally, he wouldn't give a shit about anybody else other than his sister.
Well, his sister's
seem-
not around.
Seems to have look a little bit more confident now that his sister is safe and sound.
Delusional confidence. Okay.
That's
Now
a
that he
terrible
is-
idea, but we should probably go follow them.
Now that he has successfully mamarooed his emoto. I figured only CT would laugh at that. Thor's might have, but he's not here.
So you guys are following him into the woods. I'm assuming.
I'll follow.
Yaku's
Well, it's mostly we're following Dyer and Ismark. Because, you know, like,
It's like, yeah, fuck it, I failed that wisdom check too.
you guys follow it through the woods and bobs back and forth like a fleeing person, and eventually it leads you to kind of like a rickety old tower, as my very good drawing can see. And kind of the light floats into the tower and then disappears.
Oh, a dark tower in the middle of a forest.
yeah.
What's the time of day?
Okay, they're safe in the tower. You can go now.
No, this tower is clearly unsafe.
Okay, explain to me how the tower is unsafe.
Look at it. It looks like it's about to fall apart.
And yet they went in there.
He falls from the outside as he says that.
Right, and they went in. So they went into the clearly unsafe tower, and you're gonna follow them. Just making sure that we're all on the same page here. And you know this isn't a trap. How?
Yeah, I mean,
Oh.
I'm a risk taker, and I might do it anyway. But it's just like this is a setup. This is a setup for something. I don't know what.
Because they clearly knew where this tower was.
Mark, because he does look concerned, but we should at least check inside.
Is there a window?
Just for a second. The only thing that you can see is just like the open doorway. There's no door, it's just open.
Okay, I'm gonna poke my head through.
Inside, you don't really see anything, but you do see a wooden chest in the center of the room.
Oh, look,
Oh.
there happens to be a chest in the center of this room.
Like, I mean,
A key?
seriously?
As you poke your head inside, you get a little bit of a creepy feeling.
Lee, that's what you should have just said. That's what you're going with.
I've played
No
Dark
response.
Souls.
This is.
Can I make a
this is-
deception check to see if there's anybody in there?
Saying I'm not going to acknowledge it.
I realize that I do like to, loot all of the items I possibly can, but this place is creepy, and it's
Hey.
not worth my life.
Hey, I've got an idea. Like I said, that was out of character, but just like I will take a lesson from Dark Souls. I'm gonna throw a dart at the chest. You think should I just roll a d20 since I don't have an attack for that on the sheet?
Just roll through all the barrels. Just roll through the.
But
So,
D2.
you're gonna throw the dart?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
If it's a mimic, I swear to God.
You throw the dart and roll what the damage would be.
I think the damage is auto 1 for a dart.
So you shift the.
It's a big switch. It's actually a gelatinous cube around the chest.
You shift the chest slightly, and it moves just the tiniest bit, and all of a sudden you hear groaning.
From
Okay.
inside the tower, or
From all around inside, it's just like an audible, just like "Urgh." And
Guys,
Hey, you guys.
and
okay.
all from
Crypt Keepers.
all around the inside of the house.
Hey, kitties. Today we have an episode that's positively to die for.
My God, Ismark, you're right. This tower was dangerous.
And 11 zombies just crawl out of the walls and from under
Alright,
the
I'm shooting.
floorboards. All right.
Oh wait,
Yes.
no, I aim and I turn around and look at Shaded.
sure, fine. Shoot the zombies.
And roll for. Okay, I'll give you. You guys want to take a free shot since you guys clearly saw this coming? You can take it. So roll the damage.
Yeah, I got a longbow. I'll shoot.
I'll pop a punch off.
Did you just shoot the closest one, Quillian, or?
Yeah.
Or would you
All
give
right.
the dart as my action?
Oh, you can shoot too. You're shooting the closest one as well, Shaded.
Actually, I'll shoot one on the other side of the room.
All right, roll the damage, Shaded. And roll the damage, Dire. That's the closest zombie, right?
Yeah.
Did you want to shoot two, Bang?
No.
Just
Because
go
I'm in the back.
you're in the back, you just cross your arms and look at Ismark. I told you this was a dumb idea.
I will at least give him the side eye.
Ismark, how could you be so foolish?
Still need to roll initiative though, right?
Yep, everybody roll initiative. I'm gonna roll the zombies as this one big group.
You should go.
Jeez.
Not good enough. Although that's very quick for fucking zombies.
Oh, it's a little high. Oh, yeah, they rolled 19. Wow.
Yeah, I mean they have a negative too.
All right. So Quillian, you get to go first.
Wait, I don't have
Wow.
a turn order.
Oh, did I know? Do you guys see the turn order or no?
I do.
I do, yeah. I think it's. She probably didn't click her character before she rolled, maybe.
I did click it.
She's on there. I see all of you. Oh,
I
yes,
don't-
should
I don't
roll.
have
Oh
the
yeah,
turn
she's
order.
16.
Minimized.
Oh, I see. She doesn't have the window.
Yeah.
I'll click on it because that'll
Oh,
minimize.
okay. Now it just came up.
Alright,
Yeah,
well,
just looked up.
I'm gonna shoot the nearest one.
Guys, Sailing Graham just catches up. Yep. Let me see what their AC is. You hit.
They're still. I doubt they have a high AC.
I think it's
All
like
right.
12.
That one's still up.
Really? Alright, I'll shoot it again. Actually, you know what? No, I'm gonna shoot a different one. The next one in line.
One on the other side, or okay, I'll just take damage off one. Okay, roll the damage. It's still barely just up.
God damn it. Okay, I'll shoot the next one. I'm gonna make it so, like, these guys could just plink one shot, finish them.
It hits. And it is still also just barely up.
Alright, I've done my turn.
Alright, the zombies
I'm gonna
are
go
going-
help with the band real quick. I'll be back.
The first zombie is going to forward. And as it gets closer, you can tell it looks like it's what's left of like a Barovian. The same type of clothing, just all tattered and shitty. And this one's going to swing at Dyer. Nope. It's going to swing at Quillian or Dyer because he's alive. Nope. Oh, it's dead. This one's going to swing at Dyer. Ooh,
Bullshit.
Take 3
this healer
damage.
is clearly imbalanced.
that's
God.
very good.
It's like, I would complain about how unlikely that is, but I've gotten that before a couple weeks ago. Like, double crit.
Quillian, no, nothing happens. The rest of them are just kind of going to crowd around the doorway. Alright, Eggy, your turn. You can see through everybody's legs or around them that there's a bunch of zombies standing in the doorway, attacking your acquaintances.
So if I'm thinking about casting one of my bard spells, but I'm unsure of what exactly it does.
Link it to me.
So it says it charms, but it doesn't sound like it charms to attack. Is that legitimate?
Oh, is it hypnotic pattern?
Enthralling performance.
Oh.
So they have to make a wisdom saving throw or I charm them. But it says the target will idolize you, it speaks glowingly of you, and it says it will hinder anyone who opposes you, although it avoids violence unless it was already inclined to fight on your behalf. So will
they're
they not
undead.
attack?
They're undead, so they're immune to charm effects.
Yeah, undead
Well,
are pretty much always immune to
motherfucker.
that.
Probably performance require them to listen to you for an hour or two.
It says 1 minute.
Yeah, that's a thing for her glamour bard, especially.
I'm just trying to imagine, like, Eggy just takes out her flub and starts playing. And-
near. Boom,
All-
charm.
You're
all the
appropriating
zombies
Charlie's
just start-
character.
They just throw the horns and start headbanging.
Okay, well,
Okay.
since I can't charm them,
You have any AoE spells? They're all pretty packed up.
Dyer's
yeah,
just
I
rubbing
don't
his hands
think
together.
that I have. I don't think I have any AoE. Let me see. Oh yes, I do. I do. I'm gonna cast Bane.
To 3 creatures, must make a charisma saving throw. A saving throw or an attack roll.
Be right back.
Alright, so
Charisma.
I'm gonna roll charisma saving throw for the zombies. I can't imagine that is not very high at all. What's your spellcasting modifier? Let's take a look.
Wait, I do not know what I just casted to. My bad. Ignore that second one that I just did.
Okay.
I guess I had
Okay.
like a accidental pop-up on.
Spell save DC. Your spell save DC is 14, so they're going to roll charisma saves. Fail. Fail. One of them passes. 2 of the zombies in the crowd there. I'll say the 2 front ones. They get negatives to saving throws and attacks. All right. Did you want to do any bonus actions or anything?
I don't think I have any. Oh, I guess I can bardic inspiration. A bardic inspiration, Quillian.
All right. Quillian has inspiration. I'm just gonna leave a little marker on him. It will be the wrench. All right, Shaded, your turn.
I'll drop a shatter. Right there. That ought to hit everything but the ones on the very end.
All right. So can you let me shatter?
You know what? I'll go ahead and use it up at a level.
So what do I have to do? Do they have to make a saving throw, or?
Yeah. DC 14 Constitution save. Half damage on a success.
All right, this one has to make a Constitution.
It's 24 total thunder damage.
I'm just gonna roll once for all of them. They take half damage if they pass, or
Yeah.
no damage. Yeah, I'm gonna roll.
Take-
It's a 14 Constitution save. So they fail. So they all take 24 damage. So they're all going to make their. Actually, I don't even think they can pass. Oh yeah, DC 5 plus the damage taken. Yeah, they can't pass. So just all the zombies, just right in the middle there. They all just thunder cracks from the sky through the building, and they all just shake for a second, and they collapse.
Of gore.
Yeah, they actually, blood fountains, gore. Some of it sprays on Dire. Quillian's made of, water-resistant material, so it just kind of flows off of him. So now there's 2 zombies left on either end. Dire, your turn.
Ah, man. I was gonna have fun burning them. Still, I can just punch. The one on the right. Ugh.
Since it's a natural one, it misses.
Cash in a key point.
All right, it hits.
Had blood in your eyes on that first swing.
Next attack.
Is the one on the right still alive?
Yep.
Yeah, fuck it, I'll hit him again.
It doesn't say it takes extra damage from radiant, which kind of surprises me, but
Yeah, it is weird.
it's a groan.
I suppose if it was like a ghost,
Step
it would.
back. And is that everything for you?
Yep.
Use the key point, shouldn't Vortex?
Oh yeah, you're right. Extra attack. I'm level 6. Just keep forgetting. Just try to finish him off.
And that or let me just roll the DC save. It fails and it dies. Alright, as your turn's over now, you guys see in the background there the creature, the ball of light reappears and it floats closer. And you can now tell there's nothing attached to this ball of light. It's just like a little ball of light. It notices that its zombie army is dead, pretty much, and it's just going to try to make a run for the window. Oops, it's not dead. Just kills itself. It's like, well, no point.
I can't take life anymore.
So let's make an escape for this. There's a window right here.
What's going on?
Let's see. Shaded drop to 24 damage. Shatter, or what was it?
Yeah, it was Shatter.
Shatter in the middle of that group, and they all died, except for like 2 of them.
What's going on with the light spot?
The light is just a floating ball of light, and it's just a scene, or if it has eyes, whatever. Its zombie army is dead and is trying to run away. Linkerham is going to do nothing, and Quillian, it's your turn.
It's just a ball of light.
It's a ball of light.
Yeah, probably a fucking will-o-wisp or whatever.
Okay, I'm gonna shoot it. I'm gonna trip attack it.
Okay,
It's like WoW when you can hamstring ooze, right?
take the shot.
Too many abilities. Hold on a second. Haha.
Well, you definitely hit it. And you trip, and the ball of light just vanishes.
Yeah, illumination.
And there's still one zombie standing.
And there's still one zombie standing. You hit. It's still up. And it's dead. Wait, it might live if I roll really well this Constitution saving throw.
Jeez, double 19.
So now the tower lies quiet, and there's just a single chest in the center of the room that's been nudged slightly by a dart, with a dart still sticking out of it.
Then exploded by a Shatter spell.
Oh yeah, right. There's now a bunch of splinters in the center of the room. There's nothing, doesn't appear to be anything in the splinters, which means there is
Shinies?
nothing. There is literally nothing in that treasure chest.
Well, then it wasn't a treasure chest.
There's
It
literally
was-
nothing in the chest. You do, however, rifle through the if you rifle through the pockets of the zombies, which I'm assuming you're going to do. You do find 5 gold pieces and a bunch of rotten meat, slightly cooked.
Are you satisfied now, Ishmark?
Hey, a few less undead and not a scratch on us.
Have we
Well-
learned our lesson of following weird orbs into the forest?
He's working to the side, and it's like, Eggy, I would do it again, but you're right, it was a foolish mistake. But I would do it again just in case it was an actual person.
I go and kick over the chest.
You kick the splinters around because the shatter spell exploded it, and there's still nothing there. You want to do a thorough check of the rickety old tower?
No.
Okay. Find a bigger undead
Is there
monster,
a
that's
clear
all.
way to go up it? I was like, is there a staircase up?
Yes, there is a staircase that goes up.
Yeah, fuck it, I'm curious.
So make a perception check. And you're at the top of the tower. I'll say that's good enough. In the distance, outlined by the moonlight, you can look towards the mountain, one of the mountains there, and you faintly see a tower.
Huh. Maybe I'm blanking on the clues a bit, but wasn't there a tower in the mountains that we were looking for?
The voice of Madame Eva comes back to you, and the voice says, "Go to the mountains. Climb the white tower guarded by golden knights." Cough.
Any golden knights at the tower?
Can't tell from here. It's a long way away.
You're in the wrong tower.
I mean, I don't imagine there's that many towers in the mountains, but if I'm looking, like if I have a relative idea of where I am right now, I would want to mark it on the map.
All right.
I'd like to ping it Breath of the Wild style.
Pull up the map that everybody in the party can see. You put a little flag on it that says Dar wants go here. And it looks like it's drawn with crayons.
Sounds about right.
All right. So you all make it back to Vallaki, everybody's favorite town. And let me just drag this stupid thing all the way back to Vallaki. There we go. Not in the middle of town, actually.
If anyone asks, we're a completely different group of freaks.
So you approach the town's gate, and there are 2 guards standing there, but they're no longer wearing the colors of the previous Burgermeister. They're now wearing Wachter's more subdued purple and blue. Not that I ever really described the colors before. And they see you, and they actually kind of stiffen up slightly at your appearance and give you a nod. Ah, yes, the heroes that put Our Lady in power. Welcome to town. Welcome back. The lady's been asking about you.
Oh,
She was wondering where your friend was. He looks over the group. Irina, I believe her name was.
And why do you believe that?
Wow, we just saw her with you last time when you left. We were just curious where she is.
Friend is a very loaded word. I mean, have you seen our group?
Yes. Lady Wachter told us about the cutting gnome here, the leader of your party.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Suddenly she likes the town again.
Couldn't even pronounce her name, Miss W lady, so
Wachter.
Doctor?
Guard actually salutes Eggy. Without you, this town wouldn't be nearly as great as it is now.
that's awesome. Well, perhaps we can get a hero's welcome so we can go visit Lady Wachter so that maybe we can ask for a favor.
We got something to do first.
Oh, of course. Please come into town.
Has she moved into the Burgermeister's mansion yet?
It was
No, the
burned down.
Burgermeister's mansion was burned down.
Yeah, fuck, that's right.
She was quite upset that she couldn't move into the bigger place, but there is efforts to build her a larger estate back on their old property, or expand the one that she currently has, I should say. Of course, again, it's all thanks to all of you. Take that as you will.
Well, at least
Well,
there's not a festival every other day.
You open the gate and you come into town, and the first thing you see is the big old burned down church. And so are you going to try to talk to anybody? You're just going to head straight for the mansion.
Might listen in on a few conversations just to get a feel for how things have changed since we left.
We could stop by the inn.
Good friend.
It is late.
So as you walk through the town, you notice the few people that are still out and about at this hour are rushing, and they look more on edge than they were before. more than a few people as you're walking by. While the gate guards gave you a nice welcome, everybody else is kind of giving you dirty looks. And so
Let the monster.
you guys heading the inn, you said?
I think that was. I mean, it is late. Late, and that's probably a good source of information.
Can we go to the inn that I paid that one guy a bunch of money though?
That's
That's the only inn.
Thought the father ran one.
No, that's the winery.
they don't. A vineyard is not the same thing as an inn.
I mean, it can have an inn on it.
Yeah, that's true.
This guy does have kids, but I assume you're talking about the father that you threw wine on?
Yes, that one.
Yeah, that's his dad that runs the winery. This is the son that runs the inn.
Excellent. Okay.
You tried to kill him and then gave him like 100 gold that you stole from the Burgermeister's corpse.
Yeah, so he should still like me and should still give me free wine. Free in quotes. Hey, CT, Arena's in here.
Ha 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 ha. Oh, she's
It's
not.
like she's still here.
You walk up to the inn and you notice there's less customers around than there used to be. But there is. Just let me make sure this is the right guy. Sorry, 1 second.
Good guy.
You walk into the inn and there is a person you don't recognize sitting at the counter there. But the rest of the patrons seem to be familiar faces. And Erwin looks up and he almost looks relieved when he sees you. And he's like, "Oh, you're back. Good. Are you here to deal with the?" His voice lowers as you get closer to the bar. Our little Strahd problem in this town.
Has he been around since we left?
He's been in and out of the Wachter mansion. Apparently, he's lit quite the fire under her since Irina was reported. Well, until a few days ago, at least, he. Apparently, Wachter is scrambling to find the girl that was with you guys, Irina. She's been turning the town upside down.
Man.
Guess she didn't get word that you guys had left with her, because...
Weird. I swear we told her we were leaving.
Hell, I don't think we did, actually.
Maybe we didn't.
Ask either.
And the other man at the bar looks at all of you and is like, "Oh yeah, she's becoming absolutely unbearable."
Da Vinci? Sorry.
I'm Shady Grove.
Do you think Oh, hello, I'm Octavio. I came to this town to search for more members for my traveling troupe, but it seems that all I found here is depression and evil.
Yeah, I'm starting to think that that's kind of common in Barovia.
There's a cult running around the village now, chanting that Wakta is their mistress.
Honestly, I just find
Vampires and their spawn coming out of the coffin maker's shop. It is an absolute nightmare. But Kresk doesn't let anybody in. Barovia is right underneath the castle. Is that really any else to go?
I honestly just find it weird Strahd suddenly talking to her. According to her, like she never met the guy before.
Erwin grunts. Before now, she wasn't anything. She'd even run this town. Now she's a useful pawn. And he seems to be more riled up. You don't all have anything to do with that, do you?
No,
Of course.
Darrell just kind of like put his hand through his hair, thinking about all the static after the lightning strike.
Well, y'all are welcome to stay here as the deal from before. And I think I still owe the little one a few more drinks.
Great. I hope your wine's been doing better since we helped you achieve those crystals.
Well, he didn't get me any crystals, but my father did send one of slightly better wine. He's like, why? He mutters to himself, why do I put up with this person? Why the money? The money was really good.
Well, yeah, there's
Excellent.
dang good
I will
money.
take a bottle of that.
Why does anyone in customer service put up with customers for money?
He just kind of puts the bottle on the table, and he's introduced himself. But Rick, like I said, Rictavio, it's odd that you didn't run into him during your stay here, but he's been here almost as long as you have. Oh yeah, I was busy trying to get some of those dark elves to join my traveling troupe, but unfortunately they all seem to be quite depressed. It seems to be a common theme in this land, yeah?
Yeah, we noticed.
Are you new here too?
Yeah, I came into this land from a very distant area, and once I was stuck through the mists, I figured I would do what I did before, and just make another circus, but it seems like there's nobody here worth a damn to perform.
Man, if only you had some kind of crazy act with a halfling, goblin, dwarf, and a human.
That sounds like almost as an exciting mix-up as this group. You have a Janasi, a gnome, a cat, a tabaxi, a dragonborn, and he peers closer. I'm not entirely sure what the Metalmon is, but and you hear one of the villagers go, "Oh my god, she's a different species. I thought she was just really short."
Oh, he's gonna get triggered.
Did someone just call me short?
Make a perception check.
Bar goes quiet.
Are you recruiting us for a circus because I'm short?
No, that's a different person entirely.
Well, that person who said short, I'm going to take out my crossbow and threaten the whole bar. Anybody who else wants to call me short, you're going to get an arrow in the head.
Erwin kind of just ducks below the bar. No crossbows, no crossbows.
Have you ever even hit anyone with one of those?
You know, if people saw the damage that I roll every time I do hit, they wouldn't be as threatened.
Right?
Admittedly, that is a good point.
I think the highest I've ever hit is 6.
Now, you say that, but like DMing before, I've seen the villager stat sheet.
Ismark's like, Aggie, don't worry about it. They're just jealous of your awesome robes. Why don't you just have a drink?
That is the first time he has said something nice to me. That's very suspicious.
Ismark is
Se-
always
second
nice to you, or at least just
Yeah.
indifferent.
Mark the guy who's following us around. You're thinking confusing him with Erwin.
Like, the worst Ismark ever does is give you a potato.
I'm really hungry, IRL, by the way, for potatoes.
We are going a little late.
Anyway, I'm just gonna drink my drink at the bar, put away my crossbow, and look at that dude with weird accent and say, I don't think we're for hire as a circus act.
That's alright. I wasn't looking for you as a circus act. I was looking for you as more as mercenary, since I've heard about your exploits.
Mercenaries. That is something we can do.
Look, it's simple. I just want you to get rid of the vampires. And maybe while you're at it, you could find my apprentice.
Apprentice what?
Well, just my apprentice. She's one of the Vistani. And you'll know her when you see her.
That's very not helpful.
But there will be a large pile of gold in it for you if you can help me collect this. Even if it ends up being poor old Erwin here running this town, and Erwin just like puts his hands up and shakes his head. At least it will be better than this crazy bitch running this town into the ground.
Yeah.
But Erwin, I need one of your biggest steaks. Bloody, please. I need to go for a walk.
Oh, but were you gonna tell us, like, I remember you mentioned the coffin shop earlier with vampires, but it's just like, is that where the ones you want us to kill are?
Well, back after the attack on the church, and everybody looks a little sad, except for Rictavio. I tracked the vampire spawn that initiated the attack back to there. It seems the old coffin maker's been hiding more than corpses.
Yeah, that is kind of the obvious place to hide vampires.
Yeah, well, you know villagers. They aren't very smart. You see a few disgruntled people. But we will talk more next time. I must go for now.
Will you be
Oh.
here?
Yes, I will be here. I sleep here. I have the big room. You all shared the common room.
Give him the side eye.
You said was going to ask Erwin, like,
Anyways,
who would be the next most likely person to take over the town if Proctor was to disappear?
with that
Quietly.
regard, are you asking Erwin or are you asking Brett? Honestly, with he kind of like rubs a head. He wasn't too far off. Everybody tends to come to the bar when they have issues, so I can easily see them trying to rope me into the job.
Hello, welcome to the mayor's office. Like, take a slip for an appointment, and here's a shot.
Pretty much.
That would be the best mayor's office. I mean,
But for now, you guys should get some rest. We'll worry about rebellion in the morning.
Oh, hey, yeah, but before any thoughts of rebellion, you know if there was much looting at the old Burgomeister's mansion?
Hmm. Well, they mainly burned down the library, and what are you looking for?
We're looking for something specific, but
Like,
well, you wouldn't want to say it like where everyone else that could possibly scramble for it, knowing it's of value, would hear. But Ah, fuck it. Actually, move my token. I was tabbed over to something else. Yep, we're looking for a dress.
He arcs his eyebrows.
Well, the abbot over in Kresk is really has his eyes set on the former Burgomeister's wife's wedding dress for a project of his.
Well, there's the place didn't burn burned mostly to the ground, but parts of it's still intact. You could check there first, and if there might still be a few people picking over the remains.
If we don't find it, we might find a lead.
Oh yeah, I forget. Did they get his son too? Like, or did he manage to set up any more
I think they both died.
boarding?
Well, they never found the son actually, but they did find a big old mess in what was left of from the attic. Bunch of bones and a big old blood spot around a magic circle.
Who knows? Maybe he actually succeeded.
Anyways, that was all going to bed and thoughts of rebellion was my lead into calling it for the night. It's just getting a little bit later.
Yeah.
Well, we can correct the mistakes caused by our last violent escapade with another violent escapade. So it all works.
Violence solves all the problems.
Sure as shit
Causes
doesn't leave
all
loose
and
ends.
solves them all.
I'm okay with not murdering everybody this go around. I didn't murder anybody to begin with, though, the last time,
Are
so.
more evil than the people
You
who left.
only led to the death of the Burgermeister, that's all.
No.
To be
Yeah,
fair,
you killed everybody else, literally.
Why, I literally killed him too.
True.
And I was also gonna say, like, Eggy, to her credit, only tried to kill Irwin here. Like, other than that, she was just gonna be put in the stocks for like a day or two.
Well, she might have gotten killed by the Burgermeister. Actually, he was
No.
gonna.
He was gonna he had already laid it out. He was gonna put her in the stocks.
Oh, because he had a sword to her throat.
Yes, after the fighting started.
I think he was just initially just going to throw her in the stocks for threatening to kill
He
Irwin.
started to get pissed off. He might have done something crazy. She started insulting his town guard, his choice of guards, and everything.
Oh yeah, after that she was kind of fucked.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that it was gonna end in violence. Like he was gonna have his dogs eat her or something.
Yeah, probably as soon as Eggy opened her mouth.
Yeah, which was inevitable.
I'm learning about my deficiencies so much these days.
It's good. That's the first step to improvement.
Guys,
I gotta go. Well, thanks, guys. Have a good
Right, Raven.
See you, Raven.
Yes, goodbye.
I did a little bit better on the roleplay tonight.
Yeah, for background music on the stream, I've just had Hades paused in Sharon's shop the whole time, so it's just kind of muffled version of the fucking shop theme.
I had a fun fight with Karen that was basically he ended up getting stuck in the corner.
I was gonna say,
I just shot him.
I watched you do.
I don't know what happened, but he floated into the corner and did not move.
But yeah, Bang, Like any of the snapping in character, like sorry if it gets annoying sometimes. It's just like we like
She left her.
Eggy. Oh, she did? Did Discord fucking turn on screamer
She left,
mode
at the,
again?
she left at the same time as
Oh, okay.
Raven.
I didn't know if it enabled screamer mode